Hello, I'm Mark.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
Welcome to the Tesla Life Express. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about dining and drive-ins. Roll the credit.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Patrick, that was a good attempt on the announcement, but it went funky on us. So,
oh man,
I don't know why, but you always have great intros. And
these fast ones have been going funky. So this time I unmuted and waited a few seconds before I went, but it still
went funky. But yeah, we're debuting this on Friday night, so 7 p.m. So we want to talk a little bit about this week about the new diner and drive-in that Tesla has been building as part of a supercharger, long promised. In fact, originally it was supposed to be in Santa Monica area, but with the wisdom of the Santa Monica City Council and how long they took to approve things, they actually pushed this out further, and they ended up in West Hollywood. And this is a good mix for it as well, because beyond just a diner, the drive-in portion of this apparently is going to have two gigantic screens to show top movie picks, or I guess short movie promos of all the previous great movies that have been produced in Hollywood over the years. So I can definitely see that Spaceballs will be on those screens at some point.
Yes, Spaceballs, Monty Python, they're all going to be up there for sure.
Yeah, I think Elon's going to have some of his favorites added to the mix. They were talking about like the top 100 films or something like that, that they would put it on some sort of a loop. But this particular site in West Hollywood has been coming out of the ground. The actual restaurant or diner has been taking shape. It's round, actually, and it has been being built out. We have some pictures that we can share with everybody so they can see what's been going on here. So let me just share my screen on that one.
This might be worth a road trip when they get it up and going.
Yeah, exactly. So there's the site itself. You can tell this, of course, is in West Hollywood from all the graffiti that's all over the walls and fencing that's on site. But it's a basically 2 and a bit, almost 3-story building. And of course, you've got these construction workers that are out there. Apparently, around the outside edge here of the elevated area is going to be seating. That is going to be great, because you've got that great Los Angeles weather that is going to be conducive to be eating outside in some booths. And actually, you can see in this photo, you've got these recesses. Looks like concrete or some sort of building material that is going around the outside of the building. And of course, that's going to be completely around the circle when it's complete. They've got the first few of these booths already going in, or of course, they're the foundation that the booths will be actually put on. But
interesting to build that right into the building instead of just put some tables out after it's done.
Exactly. So also, what's kind of interesting is that you can see a screen here on the right.
Oh.
Some serious poles in place to hold this screen up. You can tell the thickness of these steel beams compared to the truck. And a second screen will be going over in this area. And of course, superchargers are going to be all throughout the site, as well as some L2s, apparently, according to the details.
I don't know what that building is on the right side behind it, but I hope they don't mind a view of the backside of a screen.
That is an apartment building. So, yeah, you're going to have some people that are going to be looking at the back side of a screen, definitely. So, and actually, we've got
So get to watch free movies. Inverted though.
Photos here.
Yeah, movies
the
on the wrong side.
So there it is from the street corner, and of course your standard Lime scooter on the road. And another shot. There's that building, Patrick, the apartment building behind the screen.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 people that probably won't be happy with that.
Yep, definitely. Another shot of the building site through the chain link fence. And of course, this is where the second screen will be built. You can see the first screen over here already up. This will be the second screen in this area. And another shot of those people in the apartment getting their last rays of sunlight. At least I don't see any solar up, so they're not going to be losing any solar because they have none installed at this point. But that is going to be unfortunate if you're living in this building, or at least some units in this building, definitely.
So I asked Baby Supercharger there, and she says that MrSupercharger.com needs to go there. I don't know if she knew what she said we had to do, but
so some of the issues with this plan initially were that you can see all the supercharger stalls are going to be underneath the screens. In this case, looks like about 4 or 5 under this screen.
So close to the screen.
And then you've got a number of stalls that are up closer to the restaurant. This restaurant is going to be highly used, sitting where it is in West Hollywood and being the first diner slash drive-in in Tesla Supercharger history. This is going to be used quite a bit. And we had thought, you've got a good amount of chargers here. You've got 20 some chargers. No, you've got 30 chargers.
It's way better than the original one. The Santa Monica was going to be like 13.
Oh, man.
But, of course,
why bother?
I'm thinking that this thing is going to be swamped. Like, it is, and never mind coming at a mealtime like lunch or dinner or late night. I think this thing is going to be swamped constantly, which is interesting to see that plans changed. The original square where they were putting all this building in, the developer who owns the land overall sold Tesla the lot that's adjacent to this. So through this area here, they're opening up something, and over in this section, there's another large square that they're filling up with superchargers. So it's going to more than basically double the capacity for people charging, which is a huge plus. Because they're definitely going to need it. And
we were talking during this week's live show. We were talking about how the Fords are now starting to show up. So they're going to need all the extra space.
Exactly. And you can see it here that in between these two buildings, there's now this pass through, and this is the new section that's going to be rolled into the supercharger parking area. So they'll have the ability to walk through this area in between the screens when they're both up and head into the restaurant. So that's a good move by Tesla, because obviously they know this is going to be a draw for sure for people that are going to make this a destination to go to. So I'm sure that point was not lost on them.
I'm all for opening up the Supercharger network, but not this one. Not this. Leave this one just for us for a little while. Come on.
That may be the case, Patrick. That just may be the case, or maybe they'll open a supercharger that's just down the block, just away, a little bit away from this one. But
right, so they can look at it and go, well, maybe I'll get a Tesla next time.
Yeah, next time I can go right to the restaurant. That'd be great.
And then on the German style fuel board, the QR code will say, "Hey, if you just take a half-mile hike that way, you can have a wonderful dining experience and watch a movie. But come back before the idle fees."
Exactly. So, well,
There's another callback to the live show.
At this point, there is no completion date that they're advertising as to when this is going to be done. But it's great to see the progress come along. They've got one screen in place. Another one will be going up shortly, I imagine. The trenching had already been done before this photo was taken, although there are some conduit laying around the site. So I'm sure they're shoring it up completely at this point. But then, of course, the services have to go inside of the building. You've got a number of things. This is a pretty tight package when it comes to space allocation. I'm wondering, like, there's no place for a delivery truck. Like, there's just nothing. So this is going to be interesting how this actually operates when it comes to opening and actually serving food. But again, a cool idea that Tesla has put together. It's great to see them make a stride in this direction. I could see that if this is wildly successful, why wouldn't you add another one on the opposite side of the country or in different areas, just different geographical areas? That would make sense because we think that there's going to be such a huge draw on this one site. And of course, it's in the middle of the Tesla Oasis, Southern California. You can't get more Tesla than that. So there's going to be a ton of people that are coming to this location to check it out.
It'd be kind of cool if they were all like they had regional ones like Northeast, Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, Southwest, and then they were all themed so they were actually local to the place they sit at.
Exactly. Yeah. So like put one in like Miami, and put one up up near New York, and one in Central. Of course, there's going to be one in Texas shortly. I'm sure that'll be the second one, but it would be very cool to roll this out in a couple of key locations. I'm not saying all of them, but just maybe 3 or 4 to start. That would be a good spread across the country, and then you wouldn't have to have just one as a destination. You could spread out some of that demand.
Right. But have as little as 50 and still have a massive impact. Like, because this is also got to be advertising. There's no way you could say that it isn't brand awareness.
Yeah.
It looks a lot bigger at the ground level. Wow.
It does look, it looks a little bit bigger than from the air for sure. But again, with that photo or that site plan right here, it just, you look at the size of a stall for a car where the supercharger is. That building doesn't look all that big to me based on the size of the car. But
I guess they're going to assume a lot of the customers are eating in the car.
Right. And if you have one of those spots where you're parked under the screen, then that's when you go inside and look instead of staying in your car. And how long until Optimus is here delivering food to the cars?
On rollerblades.
On rollerblades.
Oh yeah, that could be real interesting to watch. But I wonder if there's going to be other things like is there going to be a bit of an app that's added to the car that you can order the food right through the screen?
Oh yeah, that makes
comes
sense.
out to you, or is for example, if you're one of those cars that's underneath the screen, you could click a button and the feed would come into the car on your screen in the car. All sorts of fun, cool tech things they could add to this.
Yeah,
or you could reserve a table and so that you know when you have seating available.
And I hope
the phone app if you're walking for some reason.
I hope there's some Tesla type approved parking that's close, because of course you don't want to be taking up a supercharger and paying those idle fees if you're not actually charging. Having some sort of a parking structure close by or street parking that would work for you would be a good idea as well, because you're definitely going to have people that are not looking for a charge, but to just take in this new feature.
Right. Yes. Yeah, so
at
the Harrisburg Supercharger here in Oregon, they have one side that has Superchargers and the other side that's just open parking, and they have a food truck and wine tasting room there, so you can plug in and supercharge. But then if you're eating your burger and shake or whatever, and your car's full, you can just move it over to the other side and still continue to finish your meal. So they need something like that where they can go park somewhere else and open that spot for people that need it.
Absolutely. And another point I noticed in this photo, the skyline, you can actually see downtown LA from this vantage point. So these buildings down here is downtown LA, where the convention center is, where the hockey rink is downtown, right? Staples Center, I believe it is down here. So, and it is on Santa Monica Boulevard too. So they originally wanted to build it in Santa Monica, but they ended up staying on the same street all the way out into West Hollywood.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give you people a little update, show you what's been going on with some recent photos that have come in from that site. We certainly want to thank you for joining us this evening. Any shout outs from you, Casey? We've got you've got your show that's coming up, correct? Every week.
2 days.
When?
Sunday.
At
1:10 Eastern. I know that we're going to be playing with the clock soon, so that will shift. Unless you're in North America, that will shift according to your time coming up. So check us out at 1:10 Eastern at youtube.com/Casey Green. That's KACEYGREEN.
Very good. Patrick, any shout outs from you?
OEVA.org and carswithcords.net. Thanks.
Perfect.
Mission, Patrick.
Thanks, everyone. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitter at The Tesla Life or X at The Tesla Life, and of course, Facebook, The Tesla Life #1. And with that, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Future free from fossil fuels.
Casey said it.